On this episode of Off the Script Extra, Braun Strowman legitimately injured, out 4 to 6 weeks with a shoulder injury. What does this mean for WWE Creative moving forward with Roman Reigns and Extreme Rules? Also, Jim Ross, the greatest play-by-play announcer of all time, coming back to do play-by-play for WWE. When and where? We'll talk about it. Also, Sheamus and Cesaro, and the real reason why they turned heel is WWE thinking about breaking up Sheamus and Cesaro. All this, plus so much more, right here on Off the Script Extra.
Fill your glasses up and put your headphones in, because it's time for Off the Script. And all you fucking goons and assholes, get in line and hit subscribe, because it's time for Off the Script. Hit the like button and share it around. You can even pull your fucking pants down, because it's time for Off the Script with JD from New York 206, because it's time for Off the Script, because it's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel on this lovely Tuesday afternoon, May 9th, 2017. This is, of course, a little bit extra off the script for you this afternoon. We got a few things to go over, including one major one that really scares the shit out of me as far as what WWE Creative is doing. And they might have no choice but to accelerate Roman Reigns. They might have no choice but to accelerate Roman Reigns into a Universal Championship title match with Brock Lesnar, being that Braun Strowman now is reportedly, according to Ryan Satin, out 4 to 6 weeks. Could be upwards towards 2 months. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what is going on, but we're going to talk about it. Exclusive information from Ryan Satin at Pro Wrestling Sheet. We're also going to go over to Jim Ross. He's back with the WWE. As you guys know, we've seen him at WrestleMania 33, announcing The Undertaker's final match with Roman Reigns in the main event. He is back. He signed a 2-year deal with WWE that weekend, and he's going to be back doing what he does best. Even at his age, he's blowing away all the young guys on Monday Night Raw. And he's going to be announcing for WWE. When and where, we're going to talk about it right here on Off the Script Extra. Also, Sheamus and Cesaro, you guys know they turned heel against the Hardys at Payback. But what does WWE have long-term for Sheamus and Cesaro? And what does the revival have to do with all of that? We're going to talk about all three of those stories right here on Off the Script Extra. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. I did indeed, even though the show was fucking sleep-inducing and no NyQuil was needed here, bro. I did do a Monday Night Raw review in depth about everything that I didn't like, and obviously I talked about what I did like from the show, being though that it was very minimal. Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins being the major focus point, as well as Braun Strowman, as always. I did upload a review that is live on the channel right now. If you guys want to go check that out, link will be in the annotation that you see in the top right corner of the screen via this video. So make sure you guys go and check that out, show some support, and thank you as always. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206 and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so already. What the fuck are you waiting for, man? Hit that subscribe button and please hit that bell for all notifications. But being that the bell seemingly does not work, I don't even know why I mention it. If you guys want to support the show and the channel and the podcast, you guys know what to do. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. Shout-outs coming for the week that we just had in May. So if you guys did support via a pledge on Patreon, you guys will get a shout-out this coming week on Off the Script. At the end of the month, we'll go over the entire month of May. So make sure you guys look forward to that. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. $1 a month goes a long way, man. There's a lot of people that watch this fucking channel, and there's a lot of people that watch this podcast every single week. And if $1 a month from each of you is supporting this show, fuck YouTube, man. Fuck YouTube. So make sure you guys do that. Read the mission statement on there, and it's the #1 way to support this show. You guys are keeping this channel and this operation afloat via the YouTube ad apocalypse. And I'm hearing some positive things, hopefully that it will get better as time goes on. YouTube CEO, I don't know her name, Susan W. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. But she came out and said some very promising words this week about YouTube will not be turning into television, that she understands what the platform of YouTube is and will always be. And hopefully ads will be returning to the channel. And that is including all my wrestling friends and all my 2K friends that are seemingly being raped by wrestling being restricted content and not advertiser friendly. I mean, we are a podcast. We talk about wrestling related news. There's no reason why we should be restricted and non-advertiser friendly. I don't understand what's going on. I may drop an F-bomb here and there. I might do a Samoa Joe, did you see who I wanted to roll with those chicken sandwiches? You know, we might do that. We might do a little of that, but, you know, we're advertiser friendly here, man. Look at his face. Come on, bro. Anyway, you guys get the deal. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Barbershopwindow.com for t-shirts like this. Fresh off the script logo shirt. $19.99, ship worldwide. No matter where you are, you get your t-shirt, man. We are partnered with Pro Wrestling Tees and Barbershop Window. JD is Negan, still a hot seller over there. So it's barbershopwindow.com/off the script. Make sure you guys get your t-shirts today. Also a great way to support the show. Audible. My friends over at Audible, man, we had the most glorious month of Audible signups yet. Let's try and continue that into the month of May, man. April was fucking awesome. So if you guys want your free audiobook compatible with iPhone and Android, man, Audible is giving you guys one free book on the house just for signing up. And if you guys end up canceling between the 30 days and all that shit, you guys get to keep your audiobook for free. So you guys can go to audibletrial.com/offthescript, sign up, pick your book, listen to it, enjoy it. And there's over 180,000 books to choose from, man. AJ Lee is a hot one right now. She narrates the book. Daniel Bryan, still hot. Bob Holly, The Death of WCW. Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, Roddy Piper, Dusty Rhodes. You name it, man. It's all on there. Including AJ Lee's book, which is probably the hottest thing right now in the wrestling-related world as far as literature goes. If you guys want to sign up, I do believe Justin Roberts' book, if it's not on there already, is coming to Audible. If you guys want to sign up for that pre-order, you guys can do that. Jim Ross is coming to Audible as well with his new autobiography coming out in October. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys go and do that. Unbelievable way to support this show. And finally, LootCrate. We are still partnered with LootCrate, even though we're not going to get slam crates anymore for the time being. Try LootCrate.com/offthescript. Use the coupon code at checkout, JDFROMNY, to save yourself 10% off, man. So make sure you guys go and check all that out. In the midst of this YouTube ad bullshit, that is a great way, 4 great ways to support this show. Let's get on with the news, man. We're going to start off with this Jim Ross news because this is the most exciting news that I heard out of this week's rumor mill. WWE recently taped some matches for the upcoming United Kingdom Championship live show, which I will be covering on this channel. It will be coming. It's a new show. I love what they did with the UK Championship Tournament. I am not really invested in 205 Live. I have absolutely no desire or intentions to watch 205 Live because after SmackDown, I do a review. I don't want to go back and watch more wrestling. I should do it and bundle it with 205 Live, but, you know, I am overexposed to the product as it is, and I'm thinking about taking a break for a week as it is. I don't want to kill myself. But the UK Championship is something that I am definitely invested in. I loved what they did with the tournament. And this will make a lot of people have eyes on what they're doing over there simply because of Jim Ross. The show will air later in May on the WWE Network and will feature a lot of talent from the championship tournament. If it appears, or as it appears right now, the shows are going to have an incredible crew announcing the action. Jim Ross announced that he will be teaming with Nigel McGuinness to call the matches. This is from his website, jrsbbq.com. I'm excited to announce, and I quote, I'm excited to announce that I will join the talented Nigel McGuinness to broadcast the recently taped WWE matches from Norwich, England. And these bouts will air on the WWE Network soon. Happy for this opportunity to call matches involving new wrestlers for me and a new broadcast partner which freshens up all facets of the process. Stay tuned as to when these specials will broadcast on the WWE Network, which is still the best value in the land for only $9.99 per month. WWE has other bookings for me as well, and we will announce them when they are completely finalized. So, business is picking up, I'm happy to say. End quote. Jim Ross on that show with Nigel McGuinness is 100% of the reason why we are all tuning in to watch that show right now. The talent speaks for itself, but if you need any more reason to watch that show, Jim Ross is the reason, because in my honest opinion, he should have never, ever, ever, ever been replaced in his role on Monday Night Raw, age or not. You don't take away someone who is the best at what he does from the position that he's in. That was bullshit, you know? So Jim Ross back with the WWE. I'm glad that he's back. I don't want to say it, but I'm thinking it, and you guys know I gotta be fucking brutally honest with you. I hope WWE did not bring him back for the sole reason of his wife passing away. I feel like the only reason WWE is even bringing Jim Ross back is because of what happened with his wife. That if that never happened, he would not be getting opportunities like this. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm just going to throw it out there. You know, the sad state and the sad state of affairs that was that situation, you know, it kind of pulled on the heartstrings of a lot of people, and I would not be surprised it did people in WWE, to the point where Jim Ross was always family, but WWE had no reason to bring him back. I just have a feeling that was one of the reasons why WWE brought him back. Okay? But, sorry for that. I got a Buff Llama! Shout out for you. Okay? Texting me. I got your text, bro. I'll read it in a second. Anyway, that's what I feel about that. And regardless, that's not going to make me feel any different about this. Jim Ross is back. I can't wait to see it. And also, I've been pitching it. I've been pitching for it. I've been hoping for it. NXT TakeOver Chicago. We will see a new United Kingdom champion crowned. Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate in Chicago. I can't fucking wait, man. That match is going to be top notch. I can't wait to see it. Jim Ross UK Championship Live. I can't wait for it. I will be covering it right here on the channel. Let's get this news out of the way, man. Braun Strowman is injured, and this does not spell anything good for WWE moving forward into Extreme Rules. WWE had previously said on Monday Night Raw that Braun Strowman tore his rotator cuff during his match against Roman Reigns. Strowman's rotator cuff is indeed okay. That was just nothing but a kayfabe injury. Okay? But it turns out that he suffered a legitimate injury, probably running fucking full steam ahead into an ambulance door and then slamming into a wall that was protected by nothing but cardboard boxes. But rotator cuff is okay, and it turns out he suffered a legitimate injury that will cause him to miss the next 2 months. According to Ryan Satin and a report from Pro Wrestling Sheet, Braun Strowman is expected to have minor procedures done to fix issues with his elbow. The report says that Strowman is expected to be out 4 to 8 weeks as he recovers. This has also reportedly caused WWE to change their plans for the upcoming Extreme Rules and Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view events. As we noted prior, Strowman was expected to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at Great Balls of Fire. We can also assume that he would be facing Reigns again at Extreme Rules if he was healthy to end the feud for the time being. Strowman has been working recent WWE live events against Reigns, so we have to assume that the injury occurred recently or that it is something that he's been fighting through for a while now. This is really, really devastating for Monday Night Raw as Strowman, you know, has really come into his own as a monster. And honestly, in my opinion, he's been the #1 thing on Monday Night Raw. He's the only reason right now, besides Samoa Joe, to tune into Monday Night Raw. It is unclear what his plans are when he will return. We wish him a speedy recovery. Now, if you guys watched Off the Script on Sunday, I pitched the idea that I didn't know Strowman was hurt. This was reported by Ryan Satin on Monday afternoon. I pitched the idea of Braun Strowman running through Roman Reigns again at Extreme Rules. Because if he was definitely headed for a match against Brock Lesnar, you cannot have Braun Strowman take a hit in the momentum department if you're going to fight someone the caliber of Brock Lesnar. You got to make him look strong. Reigns wouldn't have did anything if he lost. He's always going to be in that top position regardless. But if you have the opportunity to make another star and make another star-making moment with Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, jump on it. Reigns will not be hurt in the process, okay? I would have had Strowman beat Reigns. I would have had Strowman beat Lesnar. Because there were reports by Dave Meltzer that it was not going to be one match. It was going to be 2 matches. One at Great Balls of Fire and one at SummerSlam. You're not going to have Braun Strowman lose back-to-back matches against Brock Lesnar. I would have had Braun Strowman beat Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. I would have had Braun Strowman hold the Universal Championship and run through Monday Night Raw for the remainder of the year up until the Royal Rumble, where Roman Reigns would come back and eventually take the title because if you guys remember, backtrack a few months, Braun Strowman fucked over Roman Reigns in his match against Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble for the Universal Championship. And I figured it would be a great way for Roman Reigns to get his redemption by beating Braun Strowman at the same event 1 year later in which Strowman fucked him over. And Roman Reigns would carry the title into WrestleMania. I would have Finn Balor win the Royal Rumble. I would have Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the WWE Universal Championship. Because to me, and I know WWE's thinking the same thing, it's a slow burn with Finn Balor. You build him up to that big star that they know he is, because he came in as one. You just got to build him back up there. Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns is a marquee match that I am sure WWE is looking at in the future, and no better place for it than WrestleMania under these circumstances. Now, the one thing that worries me here is that there's nobody right now currently slated or ready to face Brock Lesnar. So if Roman Reigns is the one to take out Strowman and put him off television, that clearly makes Roman Reigns the big dog, and I use that term loosely, on Monday Night Raw. So what does this mean? It could mean a variety of things. We don't think at this point that WWE is going to wait to get Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I feel with this that the match now, long term, is going to have to be, honestly, fast forwarded to this summer. I think Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar is going to happen at Great Balls of Fire. I think Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar is going to happen at SummerSlam. And I think Roman Reigns is going to beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. That's the way I see it. So what happens? What happens when Braun Strowman comes back? We could still revisit Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar. Braun Strowman could run through Brock Lesnar and get his match and go on to fight Roman Reigns. But the roles will be reversed. It will be Braun Strowman chasing the championship instead of Roman Reigns, the original pitched idea that I just talked about. Or, besides WWE accelerating Roman Reigns to the Universal Championship, WWE can really have Samoa Joe take the place of Braun Strowman in the time being. He can finish off Seth Rollins, he can run through Roman Reigns, and we could get Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, with Samoa Joe beating Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. And we have a back and forth between Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns, which will eventually lead us back to Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. There's nobody else on the roster right now deemed worthy to fight Brock Lesnar at all. Yeah, the names of Jeff Hardy are flown out there. Finn Balor are thrown out there. You know, Seth Rollins is thrown out there. Those are all great names. Seth Rollins, yeah, I could see it. They've had a go in the past. Finn Balor, it's a little bit unbelievable to me right now. You know? And I don't think there's anybody else besides those three. Jeff Hardy, as you guys know, is still current tag team champion with Brother Matt. So I don't see that happening right now anyway. But I really don't know what WWE does here. They're in a sticky situation. Because Braun Strowman has been the best thing on Monday Night Raw. And to take him off of television now makes Monday Night Raw all that much worse. So not only does storyline suffer, the overall show is going to suffer because you're taking away the one attraction that people have been gravitating towards for several months now. And now that he's not going to be there, what are people going to get invested in? You better start working around the clock and come up with some good plans, because Strowman not being there is going to be a huge blow to Monday Night Raw. And don't take the easy way out by accelerating Roman Reigns to the Universal Championship. At least let him earn it. Give someone else a spot because Roman Reigns is always going to be there in the eyes of WWE. This is terrible news. Absolutely terrible news right now for Monday Night Raw. Finally, guys, we'll end this episode of Off the Script Extra. Shorter than a regular Off the Script, but it is an extra video. Real reason why Cesaro and Sheamus turned heel on the Hardys. They are expected to have a huge breakup coming soon. As you guys know, at Payback, Cesaro and Sheamus turned heel, surprisingly, against the Hardy Boys, and there's something big being set up for them down the line. Now, the heel turn never should have happened because WWE officials clearly had big plans for the Revival after WrestleMania 33. They brought them up to Monday Night Raw. They made a big splash, beating the New Day 2 times in 2 weeks. But Dash Wilder's injury broke his jaw at a recent NXT house show, forced the powers that be to make an audible and turn another team heel. Thus, we got Sheamus and Cesaro. The Hardy Boys have won the Raw Tag Team Championship, as you guys know, at WrestleMania. The New Day are moving to SmackDown. They're not on Monday Night Raw anymore. The Revival will be on the shelf for the next six weeks. Raw's Tag Team Division was in desperate need of a strong heel team, and with the Hardys, the Revival, Sheamus and Cesaro, Enzo and Cass, Gallows and Anderson, and Slater and Rhino, they had a very, very, very good Tag Team Division. Much stronger than what we've seen pre-Superstar Shakeup. But with the Revival being out now, they needed a strong heel team, which is why Cesaro and Sheamus turned on the Hardys. It was just a surprise because they've been fan favorites for a while now, and the rumors of them were them splitting up. Eventually, WWE officials will disband and break up the tag teams. Sheamus and Cesaro will each take their run and use it to catapult them onto bigger and better things as single stars. For now, though, seems they'll be sticking together in Raw Tag Team Division while they are battling the Hardy Boys. However, their recent heel turn may be used to catapult them into something bigger and better sooner rather than later. It's being reported that WWE officials are planning to break up Sheamus and Cesaro soon. Not anytime soon now, but we're thinking long-term around SummerSlam. The heel turn that happened at Payback was a result of the Revival's injury. But the long-term plan is still for Cesaro and Sheamus to break up in a huge way at some point over the summer. It will most likely happen shortly after the Revival make their return to WWE and more teams are called up from NXT after SummerSlam. Don't know who would get called up. I'm thinking Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. The surprising thing about the recent heel turn was Cesaro making the switch because he's such a fan favorite. The fans have warmed up to Cesaro. You guys know that. And Sheamus has really warmed up to the fans over the last few months. But Cesaro has been a strong babyface, really on the brink of making a main event push for quite some time now, and the fans truly believe he deserves one. Vince McMahon, though, is the main factor on that, since Cesaro has been, has been something that he really hasn't been invested in, and he's been stuck in the mid-card and the tag team division for quite some time. But the heel turn may risk everything that's developed so far with Cesaro with the WWE fans. The obvious direction for a Cesaro-Sheamus breakup angle would be for Cesaro to come out of the situation as the babyface and Sheamus remain heel. Babyface Sheamus does not work for me. Kick your ass, knock your head off, I want to fight and maim you, Sheamus, is the way to go. That's what I think. So don't turn him babyface. Clear-cut babyface here coming out of this is Cesaro. Now, the unexpected booking would be for Cesaro to remain heel and for Sheamus to come out of this as the babyface, but that would be just totally wrong. That clearly does not make any sense. It would be a testament to their run together as a tag team that both men switched roles by the end of the program. Cesaro came into the babyface and ended up heel, and the opposite would be true for Sheamus. Fans would appreciate the transition down the line, but that choice will come in time from WWE Creative. For now, Sheamus and Cesaro are going to be top heels in Raw's Tag Team Division with the rivalry that Jeff and Matt Hardy have with Sheamus and Cesaro, and it's becoming very personal and will likely last into the summer months. There's a good chance that Cesaro and Sheamus may be the ones to take the titles of the Hardy Boys, eventually making them broken. Hopefully the recent heel turn for them will continue to showcase how well they've been together as a tag team until it's time for their inevitable split. I like it. As long as WWE preps itself to get us with these guys through SummerSlam, then they can bring up another tag team and insert that team on Monday Night Raw. The only team I see right now, which there really is none in NXT, you got the Authors of Pain, who I don't deem ready for main roster yet. They will be, but not yet. Heavy Machinery, right? And then you got DIY. That's it. There's really nobody else down there right now. There's 3 teams in NXT. The weakest tag team division right now is in NXT. I don't know what WWE's going to do, but, you know, if they want to have a tournament of some sort, like they're having the women's tournament. You know, we have the Cruiserweight Classic last year, the women's tournament this year. Maybe they do a tag team tournament next year. You know, inviting all outside parties, outside teams from around the world to compete in this thing, to replenish the tag team division. Because tag team wrestling right now, you know, it seems a little bit more positive now, post-Superstar shakeup. It really does. Breezango's getting a push. You got the Usos still doing good work. You got American Alpha. You got the New Day coming to SmackDown. Sheamus and Cesaro have been great. The Hardy Boys, the Revival's there, right? And if you get these teams through the summer and you bring up the Revival and you put them on Monday Night Raw, Revival and DIY, again reliving their rivalry, but on Monday Night Raw? Holy shit, man. I'm all for that. I'm sure you guys are as well. But all of this makes sense. Sheamus remain heel, no question. Sheamus is just a fucking quintessential. He bleeds heel. Sheamus, definitely. Cesaro, definitely babyface. The fans want to cheer Cesaro because he is that good at what he does. Fans appreciate what Cesaro brings to the table. As far as the Hardys, they could be the ones to break the Hardys. We don't know what's going on with the broken gimmick. All you know, I guess all roads are leading to them being broken. I mean, Matt Hardy did emphatically delete on Monday Night Raw last night. So it looks like things are progressing that way, but it is going to be a slow burn. So with Sheamus and Cesaro here, it does make sense to break them up eventually. Cesaro is more than ready for a mid-card run, whether it's for the IC title or the Universal Championship. I would still love to see a match with Cesaro and Brock Lesnar, or Cesaro with anybody at the top of the card, really. Cesaro and Balor, Cesaro and Hardy, Cesaro and Wyatt, Cesaro and Roman Reigns. I mean, there's a lot of potential there. There really is. Sheamus can float right on back into the Intercontinental Championship, you know. It could do well in the long run, as long as they have a replacement team for when these guys break up. But I like the direction right now, and let's take it step by step. Have these guys win the titles back, have them break the Hardys, start some dissension leading into SummerSlam, and boom, when the time is right, break them up. Make sure you got a team to replace both Sheamus and Cesaro in the tag team division. But that's all I got for Off the Script Extra, guys. I hope you enjoyed these 3 stories. Jim Ross coming back to do UK Live on the WWE Network. Braun Strowman out 2 months with an undisclosed elbow injury. And Sheamus and Cesaro likely breaking up as we head towards SummerSlam. That is all I got, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Would be greatly appreciated. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below for more great WWE content. And please support the channel through patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. audibletrial.com/offthescript. barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. And you guys got try LootCrate. Try LootCrate.com/offthescript. Once again, patreon.com/JD from NY206. Thank you guys for everything. I'll see you later tonight for SmackDown review. Hopefully it's a better show. Nakamura? He's gonna be there? Is he gonna bring some spring rolls? Yeah. He'll be there. Nakamura will be there. Dolph Ziggler will be there. 2 weeks till Backlash. We'll talk about it. I'll see you guys tonight for SmackDown Live. Until then, hit that thumbs up, and I will see you all after SmackDown Live. Talk to you later.